Welcome back to the YouTube channel of Old Bloke Crypto on February the 20th, 2024. Another day, another nice low time frame scalp, as you'll see there on the screen. Able to close it out today at another liquidation level to the upside at 29.78. So good day, yes indeed. But what is to come next? Upside, it's still more, or some downside, which we're experiencing at the time of writing most of the way through the Asian session. Well, let's have a look at the levels and where I see price going next. And may I remind you that this is not financial advice, this video. Please hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified of future videos. Right, let's get into it. And as I said on Twitter a few minutes ago, it was nice to get another low time frame scalp this morning. Absolutely, who doesn't like to get some more coin in the bank? But are the shorters wising up? It looks like they could be, just for the short term, not to use a pun. And as liquidity, the upside has since dried up. Or are they just taking a breather, as I said, whilst applying for another mortgage so they can fund some more risky shorts? Well, as always, it's the data we look at, the data that tells us, and the data that enables us to take profits. Now, first to the heat map today, and look at that. Isn't that interesting? All of these shorts to the upside have disappeared and taken out today at 29.78, where I closed that position. There was a nice band up there. Thank you very much. And this is on the 24-hour, and you see, and this has been strengthening all day. Look at that price there, down 28.89 down to about 28.80. Now, that is, you just keep that number in mind, 28.80. So go to the other charts, but that's going to be a pivotal level. And you can see at the moment, we're not a whole way above that level. And I'll give you some reasons why I think that is most likely the next level we go to. And then where do we go after that? So let's look at another chart here, and the exchange liquidation map for ETH with the cumulative exchanges between Binance, OKX, and Bybit. The heat map previously is simply from Binance. And you'll see here there is a lot of thick liquidity down here to the downside. So remember that 28.80 level we were talking about? Let's find it here, 28.80, and you'll see that there is a lot of liquidity above that between the current price action and above it. So again, that could easily get targets. And we look at the upside, and whilst there is a lot of liquidity there, it's not as densely packed as you'll see in there with all of these big spikes down here. And there's that 28.80 again. So the lot of liquidity to target for the, shall we say, the vengeful shorters who've had their max odds handed to them in recent days. Now, keeping that 28.80 in mind to the downside, as I was saying yesterday, there's the tops of these three wicks here, which are also drawing price. 29.66 taken out today on the way to 29.88. Thanks very much. It's since retraced. We're looking around we're around 29.20 at the moment. And the next target to the upside is 30.40, which is this next wick up here, which is naturally the next one to be filled and to draw price towards it. So we're keeping in mind 28.80 and 30.40 as our current range that we're operating in. Although, as I said, ETH has not established a range yet, unlike Bitcoin. And we're going to have a look at that now. So this is on the daily chart. And as I've said repeatedly, high time frame is what tells you the real story. Low time frame is generally noise. So daily and weekly are your go-to charts, in my opinion. And so you can see here, we've got a top of the range here for Bitcoin. It actually came back yesterday and closed the daily at 51,814 below that magical 52,000 level. So you've got that range in here for Bitcoin between 52,000 and roughly 50,000. That's what a lot of the pundits are looking at. But should we be concerned if Bitcoin pulls back to this level? Should we be expecting the price for Ethereum to go lower than that 28.80 level that we're keeping in mind? Well, let's have a look at the Bitcoin and the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. And look at that. And so this is telling us the story that, yes, while a retrace by Bitcoin will affect the whole market, the effect is far less than it would have been if Ethereum is down in the weeds down here. You have a look here. It's broken out over the 50 EMA and has tested the 200 EMA and has rejected. Now, that's not something that we're going to go and cry about and run away sooking. What we're looking at here is a natural, very strong resistance line, as I was showing you yesterday, the 200 EMA. And we've only had that deviation here earlier in the year. We've had the deviation, and then came back down. But again, let's see where we're going to go here. It has rejected from the 200 EMA, but importantly, it's above the 50 EMA. So I'm only going to be concerned if we close the daily below that 50 EMA, which similarly to yesterday is 0.0545. So we're a long way from that at the moment at 0.0563. So nothing to be concerned about. And if Bitcoin pulls back to the bottom of that range around the 50,000, yes, Ethereum will pull back, but not as far in percentage terms as Bitcoin, because it is breaking out on the ETH BTC pair. So just returning to our upside target, that 3040 that we were talking about, the top of that wick, it's right over here. 3065, 3053, close enough. See in here? Now, there is a lot of liquidity there between there and the current price. Now, if price comes down to that magical 2880 level, then you can bet your life that this will thicken up with more and more shorts coming in here, piling in, thinking, oh, we're going to have a major correction here. And I think they're going to be sadly disappointed. And the reason, again, that I keep harping back to is the fact that the Bitcoin ETFs, huge demand exceeding supply. American market's been closed for 3 days for their long weekend. It's going to open in another 9 hours. Extra pent-up demand for that extra day it's been closed. And the Bitcoin ETFs are going to continue to hoover up every little bit of liquidity that they can. Bitcoin from over-the-counter markets, from everywhere they can find it, under couches, behind couches, everywhere they can find it. X marks the spot, etc. So what are we going to find? In my opinion, we're going to most likely come down to that 2880 level between now and the US session, or even early into the US session. And then we're going to get a very quick V-shaped bounce. We're going to come back up to that 3040 level. As these, you'll see the bands thicken up there as the shorters pile in, as price comes down. But once it takes out this level, and this is your main level to the downside, as I showed you on the other chart, and from here, this heat map, and time for the longs, the late longs, to get a taste of what it is to be over leveraged and undercapitalized. And then we're going to V-shape reversal, and we'll work our way up, back up to that 3040 level. That is my opinion. That is the way that I'm going to be trading. And as you've seen from my Twitter feed in the last week or so, without blowing my trumpet, it's been working pretty good, in fact. And we've had many successful trades. We've had half a dozen seriously good low time frame scalps, closed out a high time frame as well when we've been in the midst of it. So that's not to say that I can predict the future, but let me tell you, all I got to do is go by the charts, and that's what the charts are telling me at the moment. Our next target, 2880, V-shaped reversal up to 3040, and once we get there, we will then take it from there and look at the next levels. So this is Old Bloke Crypto, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Thank you.